Do you ever feel like every time you open your mouth, your partner pulls away and you don't even know why? For me, it was defensiveness. I didn't realize I was building a wall every time I reacted, and it was slowly killing our connection. In this video, I'll show you exactly how I stopped and finally felt close again to my partner. The first thing I did that was a game changer for me was just recognizing that I also get defensive. You need to recognize that if you get defensive, there's a part of you that feels criticized, a part that feels like they're not good enough. And that's why you take your partner's feedbacks and feelings personally. So even though your partner may be expressing their vulnerable feelings like feeling hurt, sad, or upset, this may activate this vulnerability in you, that I'm a failure, that I'm not good enough. So in this way, you have agency because you realize this vulnerability is actually within you. And it's not so much your partner's comments that are triggering this. This could have potentially been your boss, your parents, a sister, a brother. And because you have agency over this, you can take accountability for it. So this first step is just recognizing that this is not your partner's problems, and it's actually your vulnerability and your problem and something that you need to work on. Now, chances are, if you found yourself to be defensive, you're probably struggling in some shape or form in your relationship. And if you're not sure where your relationship stands right now and what you need to work on actually to improve it, you need to take my free relationship test. This is a test that gives you instant clarity on what's working in your relationship and what you need to work on in order to actually shift and improve your relationship. This test has been a game changer for all the couples that I work with in my private practice. You can grab this test completely free at parisacounselling.kit.com/relationship test, or you can click and download it in the link right under this video. Now, there might be a case where when your partner feels hurt, sad, they express it in an angry or critical tone. And that can also activate your vulnerability for defensiveness. But the reality is the reason they're being angry, frustrated, or critical is because they don't want to show you how hurt they're feeling inside, because it feels kind of vulnerable and risky. So they feel safer to show their anger to you. Now, because I don't want you to react to their criticism, I want you to always reframe your partner's angry responses to you. I want you to reframe their criticism or frustration as a bid for connection or a way for them to get their emotional needs met. So again, this is not about something you did wrong. It's more about your partner and their emotional needs and what they're missing in their relationship. So if I'm feeling alone and sad and just missing my partner, I may express it in the wrong way and say, "Why aren't you spending more time with me?" And if you have a vulnerability to feel criticized, you can react to that comment. So in order to not respond from a place of defensiveness and pushing your partner away, I want you to shift your mindset. Don't take it personally and reframe it and say that, oh, this is about my partner's emotional needs not being met. It's about them, it's about their feelings, and I'm going to keep my focus on meeting their emotional needs. So there's nothing personal in this. They're not saying I'm a bad person. It's just they miss me, they want to spend more time with me, and that's why she's getting critical. So by reframing it this way, you're going to stop being defensive, and you're going to be more empathetic and gentle in how you approach your partner. And this way actually allows you to see what's underneath their complaint. Realizing that the reason your partner is complaining or is getting critical, it's because they care about you and the relationship and staying close. So they're just expressing themselves to feel more connected to you, not to blame you or make you feel bad. Reframing your partner's frustration as a need rather than an attack, this mindset shift can change everything. If you're ready to use this strategy moving forward, tap the like button. It can be encouraging for other people listening to this. Now, the next thing you need to do is to actually notice this cycle that comes up and also discuss this cycle with your partner so you're both on the same page. Talk about this cycle and agree with each other that the next time you're in that cycle or you notice it, you're going to help each other recognize that. Identify this cycle of whenever you bring up this hurt feelings, it makes me feel like I'm not good enough or criticized. So let's help each other whenever we get stuck in this cycle and recognize it for what it is. It's like you are being a detective. You're more emotionally detached from this cycle And your job for the next little while is to just be able to identify the cycle when it happens and just discuss what escalated that cycle or what was activated for each of you. This way, you're actually building awareness and you're going to shorten the amount of time you spend in that vicious cycle together. And you're better able to repair this way. So you're kind of working on this as a team, which can also bring you closer. Now, have you ever been able to go back after a fight and named really what happened in that fight and what were some of the feelings you were having? Drop a yes or a not yet in the comments. Just recognizing this can help you repair better next time. The other thing you need to watch out for is self-regulation. Because when you're emotionally activated and just feel criticized, it can feel really painful. You're feeling really hurt in those moments. So if you feel like this vulnerable feeling is showing up more as anger, raised voice, heart palpitations, or sweating, which shows you're in an angry state and you need to regulate, here are a few strategies to help you with that self-regulation. The first thing is, as soon as you feel like the anger is rising, maybe rate the intensity of your anger from 0 to 100. And if it's above maybe 40 or 50% of anger, start taking deep breaths. Take a timeout for a few minutes and just say, you know what, I feel like I'm getting angry and this is not going to be a productive conversation. I'm just going to take a step back, spend 10 minutes doing some reading, going for a walk, and then I'm going to come back and a few minutes again or a couple of hours and let's have this conversation again. So these attempts at self-regulation are so important. But you're not going to leave the conversation or abandon your partner without letting them know what's going on. You just say, I'm flooded. I feel like I'm getting defensive and I don't want to get defensive. I still want to be empathetic and gentle with you. So this is the amount of time I need just to regulate myself. You can also agree on the activities you'd be doing if that happens again. So your partner doesn't feel abandoned and they're kept in the loop. Learning how to stop defensiveness to prevent unnecessary fight and distance is powerful. But what happens when your partner still gets defensive? No matter how gently you say it, I'm going to show you how you can talk with a defensive partner in a way that actually helps you feel heard, lowers their walls, and leads to real productive conversations in the video on your screen now.